What's up, fam? Highest self experience family. What's happening today? We got a good one for you today. At least, fuck it. I think it's good. Whatever. It's about the importance of mental health and just basically surrounding yourself with good habits, good environment, good crew, and just good versus bad coping habits and just the difference between just being sad or down and actually having a mental illness, because there is a lot of people out there who go on social media and whatnot, say, oh my god, I want to kill myself after the smallest little thing. And honestly, that shit does piss me off a little bit. I know I fall victim to it every now and then, but for the most part, that's something that's super serious and it shouldn't really be nonchalantly joked around like that. Like, I know my goal is to change the conversation and the discourse around mental health, but that type of shit is totally off brand, off color. Um, so yeah, that's just kind of a little intro of what we're going to get into today. And I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. So, you know, this is the highest self experience. So before we do anything, let's get fucking high. Bowls packed. You already know about the form. If it's not, fucking cheers. Glorious.
I've been getting closer, just a little bit closer. Say you can't find me no more. Started fading when I get bold. Said I must be getting older, just a little bit older. So tell me what you want from me. Said it won't take long. Making moves till I get free. Across lines we've drawn. Yeah, and I've been moving up. I've been moving up.
All right. Excusez-moi. A little glass of water next to me, handy dandy. Beautiful. All right. So, like I said, the importance of mental health. Um, Crucial. We talked about it a little bit in the intro teaser episode, but if you don't have your mental health, you don't have anything. That was weird. All right. Yeah, if you don't have your mental health, you don't have shit in this world. Um, you could have millions of dollars, all of the assets, all of the connections, whatever, everything that you may need to have at your disposal, but you don't have this. So it's like any sport, any business, anything you really do at all in life. It's a very minuscule percentage, 10% or less of the actual activity, and 85 to 90% of just your mentality and like how you deal with things, um, how you approach things, how you go about carrying out and operationalizing things. It's all comes back to your mental, your mentality, your psyche, your brain, whatever you want to call it. Um, but like I said a minute ago, there is a huge amount of people who take the rising, information and awareness and knowledge of mental health illnesses and whatnot and mental health issues, um, and kind of try to train off that and, oh, I'm depressed because this and that. And it's like really small things, which I'm not trying to belittle them, but you can totally see and feel and tell the difference when somebody is actually going through it versus they're just a little down about something because they didn't get as many likes on their fucking Instagram post, or nobody the guy that they posted the story for didn't DM him back, shit like that. And I'm not just trying to make that all female one-sided. That probably sounds sexist. Sorry. Uh fucking, you know, guys going for stats in sports and not making it, even though their teams went in and they're all down about that. Like, oh man, fuck this shit like that. Like, there's just things that, like, if you actually are struggling and actually going through it, or are very close with somebody who has any sort of mental illness that's been, diagnosed, treated, and still that, like, still struggling, that's, I think, where I get a little ticked off when people start to use actual ailments, uh, as, I guess, like, black sheep, just because they weren't feeling it that particular day or moment. So I just, I'm not saying, like, let's be a dick and let's call people out, but um, accountability is huge. And I think that's important because somebody who's just sad about, just one small thing that, like, 20-second period of their day that ruined their entire day, versus somebody who literally is just trying to piece it together day after day, moment after moment, just trying to figure it out because it really is, like, causing an effect on their everyday performance. That's what I want to kind of piggyback into is, sure, feel sad, feel mad, angry, upset, frustrated, flustered, whatever about those little events. But technically, it's not a mental illness for most uh, diseases, disorders, illnesses, uh, on the psychiatric side. 2 weeks or more of those feelings compounded with a total, like, increase or decrease in sleep, appetite, performance, activity, things that you love, they just don't do it for you anymore. Foods that you like, you're just like, you don't feel like eating, you don't feel like doing anything, you don't want to leave the room, you don't want to leave your bed. Um, like, things that actually, like, truly affect your performance in life. That's when it becomes mental illness. So for most of them, it's either 2 weeks or longer. For some of the more, I don't want to say, like, lesser, but just more common, I guess. And 6 months or more for some of the more heavier, um, just not rare, I guess. I guess more rare, but less common. So really, just try to think about that when you are, saying, "Oh, this happened, so I'm gonna go kill myself." Because, like I said in the teaser, you don't know what the fuck's going on inside somebody's head. So, like, if you were to say that to somebody who's actually thinking about killing himself, they might go home and do it, or they might, self abuse, self sabotage. Um, they might go into a loop. I don't know. Just, you got to be very careful who you say certain things like that around. That's all. Um, and it's just, like, crazy the way that your mentality, the way that your mental health is feeling as a whole in certain moments can totally affect the decision that you make or the reaction that you have to something, either big or small. Like, if I were to fucking spill this glass of water on the floor right now, and if I was in a super deep down episode that I get into, I would probably have an insane panic attack, um, probably punch a wall, bash my head into the door, something like that, and just really get super, super upset, flustered, and not have a good, next couple of days. But if I'm up, I'm in a good state, I spill it, I'll fucking laugh, dude. I'll be like, ah, shit. Well, let me just fill it back up and clean that up. But the difference in your mental state crazily affects your reaction to anything and everything. So that's just what I wanted to, you know, include in the importance of it. And creating, good habits and routines is also crucial because I know, at least in my self experience, when I go through these benders or these super down depressive episodes that last months, day in and day out, I want to be better, but like like I said, it goes back to that actual effect of the diagnosed mental illnesses, that even though you know what's right and what's wrong, it's it's almost inevitable that you're gonna choose the complete opposite of what you know you should do. And I'm still trying to crack that code myself. I know there's probably a bunch of research scientists out there as well, but until then, it's just trying to be conscious of these things. And you're not going to win every time, but when you do it, fucking it feels so damn good. So that's always what I try to remember when I'm in these lapses or these moments where I'm just not all there making the right decisions. And I think that's something that, as of late, has been at least geared me more towards the right path. Because we're not perfect, we're not always going to make the right decisions, but it is, it's really draining and straining mentally to just keep fucking up. So that's another thing that I'm using to, you know, keep going on the right path. And like for me, when I'm in those deep episodes, um, I know, I know it. Like you can almost feel it coming on a week or two before, but you're like it's stuck in this limbo mode. Like I don't know, should I help myself? Should I just ride it out? It's it's super weird. I don't really know how else to explain it, but then once you're in it, it's just like, holy shit. Yeah, what is right? Um, but I I've noticed that when I'm in them, I really don't have, excuse me, any habit or routine. I just wake up, go through the motions, don't really have any plans, don't have any goals for the day, don't really take care of myself at all. And it always ends up bad, always ends up in the same way, even when I can spot it and try to, be like, no, I'm not going to do it. It always ends up happening when I don't have structure or healthy habits. Then I'll just, keep going on 3, 4, 5 plus day benders, and then after that, I'm just like, holy shit, what the fuck did I do? What's wrong with me? And it just starts this manic, absolute panic attack, um, that leads on for hours and hours, uncontrollable. And it's really an awful feeling. And so, to anybody who, you know, deals with those, panic disorder ailments and side effects, I sincerely apologize and hope that all this is something that can help you out as well. Um, and just try to take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes you can't do anything about it; it's just gonna overtake your entire body. But other times, you can try to get through it. Breathing practices, water, just meditation, stretching. It's tough to go out in public and try to keep yourself busy when one of those is going on, but just healthy habits like that, and it's a huge difference because when I'm healthy, when I'm in a good mind state, um, I have a great morning, nighttime, daily routine, um, and I crush it. It's like nobody can touch me. But then, when I can't control when my brain starts kicking into auto gear and does its thing, and I just go down this path. So that's why I'm just trying to document it and try to find out other ways, other healthy habits to help out myself and help out others as well. I think one of my things is I've got really bad FOMO, and I know a lot of people, at least people I know and hang out with, have a tendency of experiencing extreme FOMO when you see the post on Instagram, we're all out together, and somebody's like, "Fuck," and so like that can also trigger really insane, intrusive thoughts, just not being there. But also, I feel like saying no is super powerful and it needs to be normalized more. Um, and I think that that's something that I've been doing lately. I've been conscious of, no, I can't do that because financial reasons, or I just don't want to. I want to chill tonight, stuff like that. So saying no is okay. I think it's just about finding the balance of, you know, prioritizing yourself, having fun, working, doing exercising, dieting, whatever it's important to you, but having that fair balance so that way you don't get blown out or you don't start spiraling. So that's my take on that. And also exercise and good nutrition is huge, you know, on the mental. W- we're fueling our body. So the more you move, the better you're going to feel because all those, you know, serotonin molecules and all that stuff is rushing through your brain. Um, exercising, you just no matter how hard it is after, even if you're sore, it just feels so much better about yourself. And it doesn't have to be crazy, just go for a fucking walk, go do some stairs, get outside, get some fresh air, get some vitamin D. If you're near the ocean, go fucking see the ocean because that shit is goddamn beautiful. Fucking terrifying if you go under because that shit's more unexplored than space, which is unexplored as fuck, so that shit terrifies me. But it's beautiful to look at and be around, and it's proven to improve your mood and all that type of good stuff. So just, get outside, get your body moving, get some good nutrition goes a long way. And that's another thing that I've noticed in my journey is when I am, stable, doing well, I've got all those things going for me. I've got the fair balance between work and play and, self-care and whatnot. I'm surrounding myself with the right people. I've got a good exercise regiment. I'm eating well. Um, you know, always thirsty for knowledge. I remember they used to say that in elementary school, and I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And now I understand it. I just want to learn more and engage and surround myself with people who want to be better as well. Just that's totally crucial. It's like a top five right there of having a good mental state, no matter what's going on in your life. Good crew, good exercise, good nutrition, good work play balance, and just having a solid routine. So it's gonna be super uncomfortable at first, and it's the consistency and the grit to stay with it. And you can stay in your comfort zone all you want, but you're not gonna grow, you're not gonna evolve, and you're not gonna learn shit. You got to be uncomfortable. You've got to fail. You've got to be shit. You've got to start somewhere to get somewhere. And A to B is not always going to be a straight line. If it was, everybody would do some shit. So I know it's cliche as fuck, but for real, you got to push yourself to be the best. Like I said, nothing changes at that level of comfort, and it's so rewarding when you do. You know, finally bust through that uncomforty and you have that change or that click, whatever it is. Um, when that happens, once you push yourself out of that comfort level, that's when everything is initiated and starts to change. And just watching the process of yourself looking back and also just in the midst of it, the journey is also the greatest part about it. So that's what I try to look at, with life, with everything. No matter how fucked it is, just all we have is now. Nothing's promised. I got it right here. Shout out my pops. Um, but yeah, all we have is now. You just gotta keep going, and tomorrow's the next day. Tomorrow's a new day. You got every day you wake up, you've got a fresh start to be something that you want to be. So yeah, push yourself out that comfort level, and just bet on yourself. Choose you, and once you start to focus on you and get all your shit together in line, it's okay to be selfish sometimes for certain reasons. So once you choose yourself, then everything else will fall in line. And choosing yourself is not necessarily to say being selfish. It's honestly the most unselfish thing, because once you are at your highest self, that's when you are most available for everybody as well. And that's when you can be at your best so you can do your best. That's all I got to say. Like, the power of manifestation is real. Your thoughts and your words are powerful. Your brain, the universe, they don't know what's a joke and what isn't. So be very, careful with what you say and how you think about yourself and others, because, like, once you put good in, you'll get good out. It may not be what you intended. It may not be how you thought it was going to turn out. It may not be what you wanted, but it's what was meant. So, um, you just you may have to wait a while, but good things come to those with patience. So, like, like I said in that first episode, I feel like I just been getting just fucking trampled on, unfortunate series of events the past year and a half, and I'm just thinking, like, let's just keep going, because one of these times something's good's gotta happen. Um, so that's just how I try to think about things, and let the negatives fuel me. I definitely, you know, make poor decisions and react at the beginning, but after a bit, I'm able to take it in, digest it, live with it, sit with it, feel it, let it destroy me. But then I learned so much about how to deal with things like that, how to prepare myself not to let myself get that feeling, things like that. So you just you just gotta, like I said, be very careful and thoughtful and intentional with your words about yourself and your surrounding world, and good things will follow soon enough. So I just I don't know, I just really am harping on, like, the importance of mental health. And once you are able to, you know, stabilize yourself and get to your highest self and get to a point where you are confident, you're, ready to challenge yourself, you've got no negativity fueled up or pent up, like, it's just uh it's just one of those things that is absolutely necessary for you to be your absolute best. So that's all I'm trying to say. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry, it kind of went off, but you know, it's just what's been on my mind lately. So we'll have another episode coming out soon. If you like this, I know I didn't say this in the first thing, but it'd be awesome if you would share it with whoever you want. Post it on your Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever you got. I don't know, TikTok. But I just appreciate whoever is tuning in, and let's let's keep going. Let's build a better tomorrow and a better now. And you know let's just make the world a better place. That's all I gotta say. This is the highest self experience. Peace the fuck out, motherfuckers.
Yeah, and I've been moving up. I've been moving up. You've been catching me on my grind. Skaters taking up all my time. But I've been getting closer, just a little bit closer. Say you can't find me no more. Started fading when I get bold. Said I must be getting older, just a little bit older. So tell me what you want from me. Said it won't take long. Making moves till